speaking of canceling stuff, I saw this. This has been going around. So Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, has decided with him and the community that he says he's been speaking to, that they will no longer play the national anthem. They didn't play it, I think, at one of their games or something like that recently, and that they're no longer going to play it. Yeah, to me that's great. To be honest, I as far as like doing the national anthem at games or, you know, at football games where they have jets flying through and all this crazy nonsense. You know, military and war propaganda. You know, I'm not down with it. I just want to watch sports. You know, as far as that we'll get into that after, but yeah, that's how I feel about it. What do you guys think? Geo.
Wasn't the national anthem like it wasn't always played at these games, right? It's a relatively recent phenomenon. Like I think after 9/11, they started doing the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance and all this crap. Is that true?
Sure.
No, I think the national anthem has been around for quite a while, especially in sports. Well, especially in the NBA.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a tradition to do it in U.S. sports.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. The national anthem, right?
Yeah.
A song representing warfare, right? The bombs bursting in air and all that crap, right? Was yeah, a lot of the jingoism and a lot of the patriotism that comes along with all that. I don't care about. You know, I think that even symbols like the American flag, right? For a lot of people represent like genocide, slavery, right? All the horrible things that come with that. But then who is the audience, right? That comes in to watch these shows? Like a lot of them are going to be Americans that, you know, don't really think about that. And so is this a wise business decision for Mark Cuban? What do you guys think about that?
Well, so when it comes to the NBA and their rules, I think that you're supposed to the national anthem is supposed to be performed. I think that's what the NBA has set as a rule, and it also has it set that each player needs to stand during the national anthem up until like the last couple of years, right? Where the commissioner Adam Silver said that he agrees with players wanting to express themselves during the national anthem, which so he allowed them to. He didn't allow them, but he didn't punish them for kneeling, right? Or taking a seat or not even being present, whatever their choice was. He was with that. Okay, so with that said, Cuban, right? When I first heard it, I was like, what is he doing? But then his reasoning, like, just it kind of explains his mindset about everything. He's not against it. He said that he's not against playing the national anthem during his games. Like Alan said, that he did kind of like a survey of the people, in the city. He did a survey with his players, with the community, and they all kind of agreed that, like, hey man, this doesn't represent 100% of what we are. So he said that a lot of his players, most of his players, just felt underrepresented when it comes to the national anthem. Like, they're not, like Gio was saying, like, who does the national anthem cater to? A specific group, right? Specific type of mindset. And that's not anything near what these NBA players or the community feels like it's for them. So he said that's why they just, they're not playing it. He did say that during the preseason, he just kind of tried it for, to see what, how people will react, and no one really noticed. No one really bat an eye. Like Alan was saying, you go in there and just like, dude, I want to see guys dunk on each other. I want to see crossovers. I want to see all the good stuff, right? I want to see the highlights. I come here to chill, so I don't really want to think about, I don't want to make this like a political thing, right? So yeah, so he's not against it, right? But he did say that he might bring it back when stadiums are at full capacity, but he's not sure yet. But if you ask me, like, what I would pick, honestly, like, I don't mind it. I like it. I know this sounds weird, when we're talking about, like, who I guess it comes down to how you interpret the, all these things, the American flag, how you interpret the national anthem. you know, I don't mind the national anthem playing. I don't mind the American flag being back there. You know, but that's just me. I don't feel like it doesn't make me feel a certain way about it. Like I'm very like I would say I'm neutral about it. Like if someone told me like, man, it stands for war and it stands for, you know, all these other bad things, I'll be like, okay, you know, like even if it does stand for that, like this is kind of like our tradition, right? It's not necessarily, I think, the worst thing, you know, that we have in the United States, playing the national anthem during the sports game and having you stand up for a couple of minutes.
Mm-hmm. Who are these communities that are calling for it to be removed, or like that he's referring to? Do you know these people who are?
So when I read the article or the interview with him, he mentioned he said community. So I think what he is referring to the best of my knowledge, is just the fans themselves, the NBA fans that go to these games, right? Maybe he did like a survey. Maybe he spoke directly to, you know, a couple of, you know, people that have season tickets or something, right? But I would assume it's the fans themselves. So it's not necessarily like the whole community of, you know, Dallas, Texas, right? Because the whole community of Dallas, Texas is just, you know, they're not all into the NBA or basketball. So it had to be just the people that are.
Mm-hmm.
So it might not be a big crowd or a big group that he spoke to, but just enough for him to kind of like make that decision. Just enough people.
Yeah. Well, I was surprised to find out that it was like he is making a deal out of it. You know, like. And I'm kind of with you. Like I don't really care. You know, like it doesn't. It's a small detail about American culture that, you know.
And yeah. So did he bring it up himself? Like was he like, you know what, I'm not gonna play the national anthem because I did a survey and this is what I got, or did he just do it and then someone caught it and then they brought it to his attention?
No, sorry. No, it looks like he said he was talking to some of the players and some of the people in the community. So I don't know if he means like the NBA community or what that really means. But he said that he heard their voices loud and clear, and that he wouldn't play it because, you know, to some people, like Gio mentioned earlier, to some people that's the Star Spangled Banner doesn't fall in line with some of the, you know, what the players have experienced, I guess, you know, living in America.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like I said, to me, I would take it all out. Just, you know, just because it's, you know, like Hector, like you said, it depends on how you look at that type of symbolism, right? So like some people would see like, oh, this is patriotic. To some people, you're like, yo, this is like indoctrination. You know, like this is you know, brainwashing while you're grabbing a beer or whatever. Like you still gotta go, you know, run to your seat. You know, you gotta stand there in the position, and you know, and this is something that they do to us since we were kids, right? So every single morning, what have you done, dude, in your life? Every single morning at the same time, bro, like that you've done like all those years of school saying the Pledge of Allegiance. Like, what have you? There's nothing that I can say that I've done every day since I graduated high school, like at the same time ever since. Like, it's weird, bro.
And do they do both the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance?
I don't think
so. It's just the national anthem.
It's just the national anthem.
Yeah.
But people sing along, right?
Yeah, they sing along.
Yeah, well, people don't really sing along in the game. They just kind of stand there and just hear it. I'll be honest, you know, like I got a lot of I used to be a Clippers season ticket holder, and I will go to every home game. And yeah, just that's like
just give me your money, fool.
People cheer in the last two words, I think, because it's over. not because it hypes them up. I think they're like, yeah, like let's play some ball, baby.
So it more signifies the beginning of the game.
Yup,
Like...
that's what it is, bro. Trust me. Like you go, like you said, you go there. Like no one really wants to stand for the national anthem. And the PA announcer says, "Can you all please rise for the national anthem and take off your caps?"
See, if we didn't have this, Kaepernick would have had to think of something else to do other than kneeling during the national anthem because we wouldn't have it. All right, so.
Yeah.
Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you hear. And if you want to hear some of the issues that you care about discussed on Discussion Lounge, go ahead and drop them in the comments section.